Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great day so far and that you're doing well. For this video we'll be going through a hopefully relatively quick unboxing of a Emperor's Children Combat Patrol box for the Warhammer 40,000 setting. And as for this particular Combat Patrol, because it pretty much came out in release with the first Emperor's Children Codex, this has pretty much come out this year being 2025 at point of recording. So because I actually kind of need to start building an army to actually be able to play with it, I figured I'd better start doing this unboxing video, because the longer all these models stay in the box, the longer it is before I get to do anything with them. Now I have in the past gone through an unboxing of the Tormentors, which is good because obviously I need to get more baseline troops. But obviously the Combat Patrol, 17 models included, will be a nice addition to that, although there are probably some in there that I will fence it on for a little bit. So time will tell what I do with them. Anyway, Combat Patrol, front of the box, so we do get to see all of the 17 included models for the Emperor's Children. If I remember correctly, I think there's 6 flawless blades. In this case, they've been pretty much set as the Infractors, not the Tormentors. And we have I believe that's the Lord Cacophonist, I believe, if I remember correctly, my particular units. In terms of the back, no, it's not the Lord Cacophonist, it's the Lord Exultant. Doing so well right now, I'm getting my units confused. So obviously we have that particular model. We have there we go. Just a better shot of that. So there's the Lord Exultant, so that would be the main HQ choice. We have the Flawless Blades, so 2 squads of 3 or 1 squad of 6. They're probably going to be the dubious ones because they look effective, but obviously I guess it depends how lucky you are. And then at the bottom here we have the Infractors. Now most likely they can be done as Tormentors, but I suspect the Combat Patrols pretty much geared them towards to be the closer combat option. But yeah, definitely nice to see all the various models put together, painted, etc. on the back of the box. Am I going to be able to paint them that well? Time will tell. Probably not right off the bat, but who knows. That's 17 models I get to try on. One of them has to finally make it. So that was the outside pot. Time to have a look at the manual and the sprues. Okay, everything out of the box. So here we have the manual for the Emperor's Children Combat Patrol. So pretty much just a rinse and repeat of what we saw on the front of the box. And then on the back, all the included models in a painted state. I think I'm pretty sure it's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yes. Anyway, that'll teach me to doubt things. Obviously just the basic instructions, and then pretty much the contents. So there'll be A, B and C runners. Now the C's I suspect are probably going to be the Flawless Blades. The B, given the size, will be the Infractors, and the single A will be the Lord Exultant. And then here's some of the different war gear that will be included. So the Lord Exultant, just going through the building construction of that. There are 2 things I actually quite like about 40k these days. Actually no, I take that back. That's one thing I like. Taking things out of boxes, everything's just on the sprues. You don't have to worry about taking things out of bags. The one thing I don't like about 40k these days is whilst it's nice that everything has been pre-injected posed, I just find it's unfortunate that you don't have a lot of flexibility with posing outside of what's been given to you. But maybe that's just because I've started back in 2nd or 3rd ed. Mind you, 2nd ed was pretty static, so I've gone from like 2 extremes, from like heavy static non-dynamic to static very dynamic. I don't know. Anyway. Steps on how to build the Lord Exultant. Now I do have a rough idea of how I'm going to equip him war gear wise, so it won't be too bad. I'm pretty sure it will be with the Lash and the Phoenix Spear. Yes. So there'll be that. So that does look very cool. So that's pretty much the Exultant done. The Infractors and the Tormentors. Now the Combat Patrol pretty much gears them towards the Infractors. But you will have the options for Tormentors, which is good because if you can get some extra bodies, you can build more Tormentors. And I think some of the ways that I'm hoping to do this is the Mark 6 Marines from Horus Heresy. Just take their bodies, use the arms and things from here. I do have some other options, but time will tell to see how viable they are. And putting the Infractors and the Tormentors together. And then you have the Tormentor step as well, which is good because obviously it's nice to get some extra special weapons without having to necessarily buy boxes upon boxes of Tormentors and Infractors. Going through the instructions for the Flawless Blades. So they're Bliss Blades and they're bolt pistols, putting them all together. Now I think there's only like 2, maybe 3 poses at the very best. So once again, it goes back to my point about very static, whilst dynamic poses. But after a while, you basically see the same type of main torso appearance over and over and over again. So I'm glad they're dynamic, or much more dynamic than they used to be, but I don't know. It's me. I fancy it. Interestingly enough, that would actually make a nice Lucius conversion, if you didn't already have a model. And that's pretty much the end of Flawless Blades. So that's pretty much the instructions on how to put everything together. As for what else was included, so we do get a nice upside down Emperor's Children transfer / decal sheet. So we obviously have the iconography of the Emperor's Children, but we also have the iconography for Slaanesh and some variations of the Slaanesh. I was going to say emblem, but I don't feel that is the correct term. But anyway, decals. As for everything else that's included, so here is the runner for the, should be the Exultant. I was going to say Lord Cacophonist again. So that's one side of it, and there is the other. Everything should be pretty much self-contained on this particular runner, which is good. And then obviously just all gear options as see fit. So you may get some spare parts. Now, I think these are, well, these 2 runners are pretty much exactly the same, but I'm pretty sure it's the Flawless Blades. So that's obviously from one side of them, so it looks like we have at least one full body. And then the other side as well. Don't get to see too much of the detailing. It's mainly on this side. So that's those 2 that are pretty much loose. The rest of the Flawless Blades are pretty much done on these 2 runners, which are, well, runners / sprues, which are pretty much identical of each other. So that's from one view, and that's the other. So much like the other ones, we do get a nice array of components, detailed parts, shoulder pads, etc, etc. The Bliss Blades do look very, very nice. It's actually nice that we end up having a few spares, so I don't know, you can probably use different Bliss Blade arms on Infractors, maybe? Probably need to have a better look at some of the parts before making that decision. And then lastly, in terms of the runners anyway, I keep saying runners as opposed to sprues, we get these giant monstrosities. There are 2 of them. Are they exact copies of each other? They should be. Yes, they are exact copies of each other. Just need to put them the right way. So your Tormentors and Infractors, so that's one side of them. That's the other. Just take one away because we don't need to look at both of them at the same time. So this is pretty much going to be the same sprues that we would have looked at when I did the unboxing for the Tormentors box. So basically, after this Combat Patrol, I should have a total of either 20 Tormentors or 20 Infractors. It won't be like that, but going back to my comment about, interchanging Bliss Blades. Probably not. I think these ones are more like dueling sabers, daggers. The Bliss Blades look like faux power weapons, so maybe not substituting them will work well, but I guess it's up to you, especially depending how you want to use your spare parts. So that's that particular runner. And then lastly, we do get the bags for the bases. We get 2 bags. These will probably be your standard 32s, and then the rest look like 50s. So we get this. Okay, so that pretty much brings us to the end of the unboxing of the Emperor's Children Combat Patrol. So I'm definitely looking forward to putting these together, especially at the point of recording. It's a Friday here. Actually, I can probably say it was the first Friday of August, and we have a first Friday of each month work hammer. So I got to basically spectate a 3-player game. It was very fun to watch, but obviously it has really reinforced the need to build an army, especially if I want to play a few games as well. And it's only about, I think we play about 750 points. So I've got a rough idea of what an army would look like. I think the only thing I really need is probably some Noise Marines and to flesh out some HQ choices. Which is interesting because I know I get 1 Exultant from here, but I think I plan to use 2 Exultants and a Sorcerer and a Cacophonist. I know, it's going to be very troop heavy, but you basically either learn by losing and or winning, either. But that's the plan. When the time comes, how do I plan to do it? I wouldn't mind doing like short build vlogs, probably like episodic, not necessarily dead specific. Continue there. I'm not even going to try now. Not continuous vlogging. Plus, if I want to do different armies in parallel, I can just keep running. So it'll be like, you know, episodic type theming. But keep an eye on that. Hopefully, when the time comes. Anyway, that's some future thoughts done and dusted. We'll see how some of that develops as time goes. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing video of the Emperor's Children Combat Patrol. So for those who are very interested and you have a rough idea of what to expect, I think the value is there, but the ones in doubt are the Flawless Blade. Still like to put them together, but yeah, time will tell to see if I actually integrate them within an army. Feel free to do the usual, leaving a like, comment, subscribing if you enjoy the content. It does help support the channel. I do appreciate it. Instagram will have some extra content, as will the community posts as well. With that being said, stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in a future, maybe 40k video or something else on the channel. There's plenty of plastic theme stuff floating around. I can guarantee that. Anyway, till the next time. See ya.